What's up, everybody? This is DiDomenico here, 2015 NPC Junior USA overall champion. We're 13 weeks out from NPC USA's. I'm here with Eddie G.
What's going on, guys? How you guys doing?
Me and Eddie decided to put together this documentary, you can call it, documenting my prep up to the show this year. Wanted to do it for a couple reasons. Main one being, 10 years ago, all the magazines used to do this. You would see it all online and websites, whatever. And it was really exciting to follow top amateurs on their way that would compete nationally, but you don't really see it anymore. Everything now is just social media based, so obviously you have to do it yourself. So this was Eddie's idea, so I thank him for it, and he's really good at it, so we decided to put this together. And we're going to get some workouts in, follow the whole journey from the beginning. Like I said, right now we're 13 weeks out. This is a chest workout. Today I'm with my training partners BJ and Adam. As you can see, we move fast. We don't really take much breaks in between sets. You can see breaks are pretty much just for each person to do their set, then another person hops in. With this workout, like I said, we're doing chest. Pretty much all my workouts I start with a lot of iso movements. All my presses, squats, deadlifts, anything like that are actually at the end of the workout. I learned that from main reason I did that was because a few years ago, like, my shoulders pretty much dominated everything, so I had to learn to train my chest where it would actually take over the workload. And so I actually got this from Evan Centopani mainly, doing all the iso movements first. Jay Cutler too as well. But so I'll do, honestly, anywhere 5 to 6 sets, pec deck, just pump it as much as possible. Realistically, I'm trying to pop my cherry here and just get as much blood in there as possible before I go into any type of press that takes away all the shoulders out of the movement, essentially. And it really helps you to feel the exercise, and honestly, it's much safer as well. It takes away all the emphasis on the weight. Now, I'm not going to lie, obviously, I love to push heavy weight, but this makes it much safer than just going in there and doing your heavy presses first. As you can see, there's really no point to me doing this right here. It's more or less just me stretching in between sets. I'm huge on stretching. I'll do anything I can to get a pump, stretch, and keep myself occupied in between sets. So you gotta get Tony.
Get Tony in the mix.
That's the man right there. Tony Pampina.
The OG.
The OG.
All right, gentlemen.
There he is.
What's going on?
As you can see, that was Tony Pampina. Tony's pretty much my spiritual advisor in a sense. Now, I give big thanks and credit to my coach, Mike Eli. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my coach, Mike Eli. I started working with him 2 years ago now, before the Pittsburgh. And I remember whenever I first reached out to Mike, I researched, through social media and whatnot, and reached out to Mike. And the thing is, whenever I first talked to Mike, he asked me what show I wanted to do. He was familiar from the year before when I did the Pittsburgh, and right away he said, let's win you overall and let's get you on a national stage. And that's what we did. We went to Pittsburgh. I won to Pittsburgh 2015, and then 4 weeks later went on to Junior USA's, won the overall there as well. And then last year we did North Americans. I tied for 5th, so technically got 6th in North Americans. And then we went into our off season and briefly thought about doing nationals, but I just didn't see a point in it. I immediately want to go in the off season and plan for next year. Do I feel like I deserved 6th place? No, but such is life. Realistically, how it works on a national stage is, if you're not the clear-cut winner, if you don't stand out, then you're pretty much irrelevant. So that's what it is with that. So this year the ultimate goal is to leave no stone unturned, come back, be the best there is, and not even really need any judging to be done. So that's my plan. And again, I talked with Mike about doing USA's, and the reason for doing with that is I was sitting here a couple weeks ago, and the truth is I'm lean. I stayed lean in the off season. I had a great off season. I stayed healthy. I've honestly been having the best workouts of my life. Not that that ever really is anything different, but I just got a gut feeling to go for it this year, and so we're gonna go for it. And when I talked to Mike, I told him about it, and his response was, "Let's book our flights and go win the card." So that's where we're at now. And we're gonna go for it. But back to the workout. As you can see with my presses, we did chest fly first, and then now we're doing incline dumbbell. Now I do a lot of warm-up sets on a fly, but whenever I do my press warm-ups, it's only a couple reps, boom, 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 and then I go into my work sets. The heaviest webs goes is 140s, so it's usually I'll just rep the 140s for 3 sets. Sometimes I change it up, do ultra slow reps, whatnot. Today, obviously, I just did 3 all-out sets with the 140s. We drop setted the last set right here.
I gotta check the plates to make sure they're all 45 pounds.
Up next, we got incline barbell presses. I work up to 3 plates here. As you can see, first plate, I don't remember how many reps I did, probably 6 to 8, maybe less, just quick. Now, by no means do I rush through my warm-up sets. It's just very methodical. Like, I just get in, out. I'm just ready to push the weight. So I did 1 plate. Here you'll see 2 plates. And then my rule of thumb is this is kind of like a powerlifting move. Whatever work set I do, like for example, I'm hitting 3 plates. So I'll hit 2 plates for 2 sets before I hit my 3 plates. I do that on every single exercise I do in terms of like big lifts. I always hit the set before the big set for 2 quick sets to really zone everything in. And then this would technically be the first work set. Now for chest, I pretty much do all incline movements. I very rarely do any type of bench press. The only time I ever bench press anymore is at the end of the workout. I do it in this workout at the end. Back in college, it was all about bench pressing. I practically destroyed myself trying to bench press the house, and then I got no growth out of it, and then I realized obviously I had to change. So, and then through various bodybuilders and everything, in time I learned that incline was a better move to build your upper chest and build your chest as a whole. So that's why, and to be honest with you, I feel much more comfortable inclining than any other type of press. So,
I feel like it's definitely easier. Up top. I mean, it hits your upper chest so much better.
It's weird too. It's like I just never felt natural bench pressing, and the truth is like, to be honest with you, I feel the bench press is probably the most dangerous exercise.
I agree. I do it a lot.
And Eddie does bench press.
My shoulders are all fucked up.
Get this guy on camera. My college roommate, Brad Shue. That's where I started, Slippery Rock University.
Here I am drinking a Powerade in between sets. No, I'm not sponsored by Powerade or Batman. Powerade tastes good, and the Batman shirt looks good, so that was why they were both selected. And then here you have the stretching in between sets. Like I said, I stretch in between almost every set. You might not have seen it through the whole video, but I'm huge on stretching. I'm just trying to stretch the muscle out as much as possible. But the guy that I introduced, I said my college roommate, he was the one that I actually worked out with back in college. He was a heavy bench presser. He's a power lifter essentially. But that's where I got started in bodybuilding, was Slippery Rock University. Used to play football in high school. Went to Slippery Rock, met a couple bodybuilders. Him and my other buddy Sam Landis, who I credit with getting me to do my first show. And we had a good thing going up there. Slippery Rock's a great school for bodybuilding, and that's pretty much where the dream began. So after that, I just carried it on, and now I'm here at Webb's. So, but finishing up these exercises, again, I did my 3 work sets with 315 on incline, drop setted the last one. I don't go crazy with the drop sets. Whenever I was younger, I used to drop set each exercise 3-4 times and just destroy it. But I feel it's a bit overkill, so what I'll do is I'll just drop it once after the work set, maybe hit a few more reps, and then move on to the next exercise. So I think, Eddie, you do that too.
Yeah, I do a lot of drop sets. That's just, I don't know, I just like to train like that. I don't know, when I started, I always trained a lot of drop sets, supersets.
I think the drop set is your best intensity.
Yeah, for sure.
Booster that you can do. I've always been big on drop sets. I mean, that's the best way to take the muscle past failure.
Exactly, yeah. It all has its place too. I mean, drop sets, supersets, just however I don't know, it just all has its place.
So then after that, after my 2 presses, I don't like to, whenever I train chest, I don't like to do press, anything like that. I'm extremely OCD with my workouts.
Going back to rehab, when you start. Right. Well, when I
Finishing up, I got one more set of flies here, dumbbell flies. I kind of change this up as well. Sometimes I'll go heavier, but honestly, for the flat dumbbell fly, I try to do it like Arnold. I mean, my arms are almost straight, and there's really no bend. I mean, you can get maximum stretch. Yeah, I could probably use 30, 40 pounds heavier, but it's realistically not a fly at that point. I'm just pretty much doing a press. So, and, I always have this, pretty much for my chest workouts, I like to do 2 main presses, and then I'll do a lot of pumping exercises. So here we're doing the flies, and then you'll see next we're going to do the cable crossovers. With each of these, I'm doing anywhere from 15 to 20 reps. As I said before, getting as much blood in there as possible. I'm all about the pump, stretching and pump. Now you can see from my presses, like I did on the incline, I think I did sets of 8, 6, 8, 10-ish. I'm not sure what it was, but and that'll switch up sometimes as well. Sometimes I'll do my presses high reps, sometimes I won't. Like I said before, it just all changes week to week. I always credit myself with saying I've never done the same workout on any body part twice, ever. It just changes every single week. The theories, philosophies all stay the same, but for the most part, the reps, exercises, everything like that changes week to week. So after these flies, I go on to cable crossovers next. Workouts slowly wrapping up. And again, I'm just getting a pump here. I'll finish with bench press. And so I want to get a little bit more pump before I go into the bench. And that'll be it. But just to cap off on the whole off-season training, this past year I competed as a heavyweight. I was 222 at North Americans. And then again, we went right into the off-season. And, right now I'm 260. Which is funny because I really don't feel 260. And I don't think I look 260, but I don't know where exactly the weight is, but it's there somewhere. And, I was, like I said earlier, I was, I stayed in good shape, and, it was just like, why are we waiting? So we're going to go for it. I'm also turning 30 here next week. I don't quite feel 30. So I'd say physically I feel like I'm about 23. Maybe maturity-wise, I'm probably
10.
I'd actually say I kind of feel like I'm mid to late 20s maturity-wise.
I mean, you got your act on together, man.
Yeah, and I'd say spiritually, I feel like I'm kind of immortal at this point. But
I mean, Chris comes into the gym every day, and he's about his business, man. I mean, he doesn't even talk very much, just real quick, and it's about his business. And I mean, he's somebody to look up to, man, for sure.
I get the whole standoffish vibe a lot.
No, you're just about your business,
I mean, the truth of the matter is, and anybody that knows this, it works out. if you leave the gates open for anybody to talk to you, it's going to turn into a circus. So, I just, just move fast. I mean, usually I wear earbuds or headphones, anything like that, but I think, honestly, I lost my earbuds, so that's why I wasn't wearing them today. But, so, yeah, I mean, it's nice because I credit a lot to my training partners, in all honesty, to have a spot there every single set. And to be honest with you, I really very rarely ever work out if I don't have somebody there with me. It's such a distraction. Yeah, it's
so much safer.
It's such a distraction to have to stop in between each set, grab a spot. Ironically, the next set I don't have a spot, but
It's only 135.
But to finish that up, it's and even the atmosphere, as Eddie knows, like in Webb's, it's everybody's just very straightforward. Everybody's friends with everyone. It's especially like we all train late at night. I actually work for an Anytime Fitness in Oakmont. It's a great gym. I love it. I love working there. But this is my escape. After being there as long as I am, I like to come to my own gym where I can concentrate fully. And the truth of the matter is I've been going to Webb's for a very long time. Linda and Monty are great people. They're very supportive. Monty was actually Mr. Pittsburgh some time ago. And, that's what really sets the tone for Webb's as a gym as a whole. Obviously, Webb's is your old school gym. They still have the bodybuilders' photos in the hallways. So that's obviously inspiring and gives you something to shoot for. But to finish up the workout here, I'm doing actually a guillotine bench press. And I got these from pretty much two different people, mainly Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's pretty much my favorite bodybuilder ever. And then Rolly Winkler also does them too. I remember reading a magazine a few years ago. But the emphasis with this is to truly focus everything on your pecs, and you're taking the bar down to your neck, not your chest. So you obviously can't use as much weight, and it's at the very end of the workout. So I'm just really stretching the muscle to ISO it off. And this is I believe, pretty much rule number one of working out to me is take everything deep. Like, there is no half range of motion. There is no half reps. Everything is deep, full range of motion. If you can't go deep, you're using too much weight. I don't care what your philosophy is. The only time I could see some type of rationale is if you're very tall. But outside of that, I just disagree with it. But again, this is our wrap up here. Last couple exercises, or last couple sets. Just squeezing a little bit out and bringing things to a close. So again, this is our first workout, me and Eddie. And we're going to be bringing a few more workouts here to continue this on as we follow the journey to USA's.
How you been, Lynn?
Good, man. How you?
Good. Trying to make another episode. It's going.
I like that one you did.
Getting the second one going now. This will be number 2.
All right, Mike. That's the man right here. Get Lynn. Get my man right here. Represent the guard.
That's it, man. All right, guys.
All right.
Wow. Looks fucking badass, dude.